Thank you so much for joining me for your August readings. Very excited to dive in. So this month I'm going to do something a little different, and I'm kicking this off with you, Leo, so let me know how you feel about it. I'm going to open up with a Celtic cross instead of my regular sort of free-form 12-card reading. We're going to do a Celtic cross and, you know, pull any clarifiers if we need them as we go. But Spirit is kind of pulling me toward trying this out, so we're going to go for it. And then, as usual, we'll follow this up and end the reading with your Fiercely Focused spread. So let's kick off your first reading, shall we? It's your season. Happy birthday, August Leos. The sun in your house of self, the sun in your sign, lighting you up, spotlight on you as feels so very natural, and they're ready. All right, let's do it. Okay, Spirit, what does Leo need to know this month? August. What do they need to know for their highest good? Woof! Their highest good, Spirit. What are the challenges, influences, players, opportunities? What are the energies around Leo this month? What do they need to know for their highest good? Their highest good, Spirit, always and only for their highest good. Leo. Leo in the month of August. Okay? Alrighty. Wow. Well, there you are. Okay, couple aces. What up with that, Leo? That's pretty good. Okay, okay, okay. And they do indeed want one clarifier. So, one more and then we're going to get into it. What is this justice speaking of, Spirit? Wow. Okay. All right. So, this is a month to bring clarity, Leo. You are... there's a situation that is so secure that it's too secure. You ever been in a relationship or a job that was so predictable, was so fixed that there was like no room to grow? That's what I'm feeling right now for you, Leos. I'm feeling that you have a sense that you're in a situation where it's like, this is not, like looking around like, this is not good for me anymore. I'm not growing, I need more money, I need more emotional fulfillment. That's kind of the sense that I'm getting here. You're eager for a change. And Leo, I gotta say, it's a coming. You've got two aces and they're showing up as what is influencing you most right now, and also as what is showing up in the future for you. Ace of Swords. Clarity. Understanding. Breaking through. Breaking free. And as you can see, there you are right at the center of your reading, walking away from 8 stagnant cups. The 8 of Cups is a difficult card because it's about leaving something behind which was very comforting. It once nourished us even, and then it doesn't anymore. It's that very kind of sad feeling, you know, when you've come to the end of a relationship, for example, and you still have love for this person, you still have like affection and respect and all those good things, but you can also sense that it's like, this is stagnant, this isn't going anywhere anymore, this is kind of done. And it's a sad feeling to walk away from something like that because you've put so much into it and you care a lot. But you are correct, Leo, that there is a situation in which you are going to be feeling bigger and better and more powerful if you are willing to let go of certain things that are bringing you security, but in the guise of kind of like, it's too tight. It's like, it's constricting you. The good news is money looks great. Especially, I feel like, if you can step out of the mold. You have the 10 of Pentacles sitting in the position representing where you find yourself. So that's why I say some of you might be in a situation that is like, it's so secure that it's like, oh, like, ugh, like this is, oh, I need room, I need space, like I need a change. I want to tell you to pursue the brilliant idea or the inspiring, like, it's just a seed, okay? It's just the spark. The Ace of Wands is like, you're out in the woods, right, trying to build a fire, and you're striking like the flint, and it's just that spark of like, oh, we could have a fire if I, you know, take care to brace this from the wind, if I take care to hold it close enough to some nice dry wood or material that is going to catch. You have to create the right environment for this spark of an idea to build up into a flame, okay? But you're the King of Wands. If anybody can do it, Leo, it's you. And you can be a woman, you can be a man, you can identify any which way and be a King of Wands. This is about your entrepreneurial spirit. This is about making, so for some of you, a living based on your passion. And for others of you, just feeling satisfied by like the power and influence and, let's just be real, Leo, the attention that comes with being a kind of charismatic leader. You are very charming. You have a gift for organizing and inspiring people. That's what the King of Wands does. And it feels to me like some of you have had like a recent conversation or a reunion with either an old friend, maybe an old lover. And if some of you haven't, that may be something that occurs this month that kind of catalyzes you moving on this thing. Because that's the sense that I'm getting, is that there is some kind of nostalgia or reminder, like an emotional, a little bit of replenishment, which is nice to see after this Eight of Cups of you having to walk away from an old part of your life that basically, Spirit just used the phrase, has run its course. So it doesn't have to be this great tragedy for everybody. For a lot of people, the Eight of Cups can feel like, I'm glad that's over. You know what I mean? It just depends on the kind of person you are. If you're like a Leo with Aries rising, you might be like, woo, glad that's over, what's next? But if you're like, you know, a Leo with a Cancer moon, you might be like, no, I need a little bit of time to cry about this first. Like, and you know what? Take it. No shame, Leo. You got to feel your feelings, but please also recognize that if you do feel like you're like trapped in this teeny tiny sandbox, like check this guy out, okay? The Four of Pentacles, this guy is clearly a king, just like this guy. You know, they both got a crown, but they're in very different positions, and they are choosing their positions. That's sort of the other sad thing about the Four of Pentacles is like, why is this guy a king, but he is so insecure and afraid, like, that he feels like he needs to have this teeny tiny little sandbox-sized fortress built around him. It's like, okay, I'm safe here. I'm safe in these little four walls. Nobody's going to touch my money. This is like the Scrooge McDuck card, okay? This is the miser card of some of you who might be having money issues. Is it a matter of like you're holding on so tightly and like gripping every tiny little coin? And it's kind of like this, okay? Like, which let me come right out the gate and say, like, nobody's blaming you for this. This is just Spirit's advice, because they're always going to come in with what is for your highest good. They're saying that it's kind of like if you're holding on to what you have with an iron grip, then you are not opening your hands to receive from the universe. That sounds very simplistic, but please know that there's a big difference between simple and easy. A lot of universal and spiritual laws seem very simple. Doesn't mean it's easy or everybody would live by them and try them out and discover, oh my God, like there's plenty for everybody. You know what I mean? But I'm going to get a little deep here and say we live in a world and a society that is built to make us feel like we don't have enough. Like, I know you just bought that new whatever, but what about this new whatever? And oh my God, well, you're nobody if you don't have this in your blah, 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 blah. Like, there's always going to be something new to acquire. And Spirit is asking you to, instead of hoarding and holding on to your gifts or your money or your resources or your ideas, they want you to come out and share them. Okay? Again, I know that sounds simple. What does that mean? How does that look? If you have $30 in your checking account, and believe me, I understand, and you can afford to give $2 to the hungry guy and his dog as you go to work today, notice how that generosity of spirit comes back to you We attract what we emit. If we are emitting, oh my God, I don't have almost anything, so I better hold on to what I do have and hoard it. And again, like they said, this is about resources. So yeah, that could be money, but it could also be ideas. It could also be like something about you that you are afraid to share with another person, and in being afraid of sharing and in holding your cards so close to your chest that nobody ever sees them, you are doing yourself and somebody else, the world or your partner, a disservice. Leo, you're here to shine. You're not here to hide your light under a bushel. Like, Leo, you're the sun. You are the big, unmistakable, shiny object of the universe. You warm and light the way for all of us. You show us how to be ourselves. That is your purpose in the zodiac. So show us. Don't be afraid to light and lead the way. That is what they're saying. Like, you have a gift for that, okay? So get clear with yourself about what you want and create, like they were saying, that environment where the spark of your idea can really thrive and get grown into a wildfire. So for some of you, very unmistakably, there is like a love interest or a very sweet offer. It's gonna touch your heart. So whether that means it's romantic, which I am feeling for some of you, but as you know, Leo, these are general readings, they're not one-on-one. So for some of you, this is a romantic proposition, like, hey, do you want to go out on a date? Or just like, hey, it's our month anniversary, or some kind of sweet gift, sweet offering, emotional outpouring. And I really love to see this. And then, you know, when I pulled a couple cards to clarify that Justice card, this was one of them. And notice that cup is sitting in the ocean, filling up with new water, okay? A little mystery and a little change and strangeness and transition is actually going to benefit you this month, and it is going to make things not less clear, but more clear. Venture out into the unknown. Some of you are taking a literal trip. Some of you are studying and getting a new perspective. That could mean studying, like really hitting the books and being a student, or that could be studying like, okay, so I have this screenplay idea. How do people write screenplays? Or how do people get people to look at screenplays? Or how does one, you know, open an art studio or whatever? What is your ace of wands? What is your brilliant, your spark, your idea? I say creative. Creative doesn't have to mean that you work in like some kind of arts. It can mean that, it could mean social justice. It could mean becoming a lawyer. It could mean, it's anything that springs, it's your passion. It's like my soul is telling me I gotta do this. And for some of us, that's like, I have to act or paint or write. And for others of us, it's like, I have to protest, I have to fight, I have to whatever. What is your passion? What is your fire? It wants to be unleashed. It wants you to get clear and to focus on it and give it room. And I really love the combination of the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords, because air feeds fire. Okay, like these two elements work beautifully together. There is a new beginning getting catalyzed in your life, and your future holds a bit of victory. The laurel atop the Ace of Swords is about achievement that comes from clarity. Like, we can only get what we want when we know what we want and acknowledge it, right? That's like one of those simple, not easy laws of the universe, because a lot of us have a lot of muddiness around what we care about and what's worthwhile, and again, like social expectations or societal whatever versus what we actually feel calling us or that springs up from within. You can make money doing what you love to do. That's what the Ten of Pentacles is saying too. Like, you are going to be secure and taken care of. And a wonderful cure for, like I said, those of you for whom that Four of Pentacles holding too tight really is literally about not having enough money. It's like I said, about giving what little bit that you can afford to give to somebody else that is doing a little, you know, we're on a continuum. And there is always somebody better off, but there is also always somebody worse off. And if we can do something for somebody, quote unquote, like below us in whatever way, and I don't mean that in any like actual, not talking about the intrinsic value of a human being. We are all intrinsically equally valuable. I'm talking about someone who is crawling along on their hands and knees when you're at least walking on your 2 feet. If you can bend down and give them a help up, that maybe they were a little too weak to stand up, but they could walk if you could just help them stand up, do that. It might be giving your time, it might be giving your effort or your knowledge or your money, but give gratitude. Notice the ways in which, like, your life is abundant. Do you have a really wonderful, supportive family? Do you have a great partner? Do you have a roof over your head? Do you have a job? Do you have friends? Do you have pets? What in your life makes you feel secure and loved and like you have more than enough, even if it's not that much, even if to somebody else it might look like very little? What to you makes you feel like it's, man, more than enough? Like, this is amazing. Soak that in. Because whatever our input is, it is our output. Whatever we emit, we attract. So if we are emitting fearfulness and hoarding and like, oh my God, I don't have enough, how am I going to do this? We tend to attract situations and people that continue to make us feel that way. Because Spirit just wants us to get the lesson. Like, wow, why do I keep bringing in like jobs or people that don't give me enough? Like, why do I do that? Is it because maybe I don't value what I'm giving? Breakthrough moment, simple, not easy. Don't be afraid to move forward. The future is like, you know, the moon card says it's a mystery that the path is shifting. But to me, it looks like the path is shifting in a much better direction, in a direction where you feel like you are taking the lead, where you feel like you're making decisions that make your life clearer and better, even if they bring a little more challenge to you. So challenge yourself. Get out of your depth a little bit this month and see what that feels like. Turn your back on old habits and situations that are not serving you anymore and walk forward with your little lotus blossom. The lotus blossom that can only grow out of dank, dark, swampy, muddy, stagnant waters. You're walking away from something very limited toward the source of all water, you know? So you're leaving behind drops to approach the ocean, okay? If you're walking away from a job, if you're walking away from a relationship, if you're walking away from a situation, there is something better out there for you, and I wouldn't tell you that if it's not what it said in your cards, okay? Like, if it looked like if the future was grim, I would tell you, man, the future is grim, let's just, if you could just hold on for this month and not, like, you know, not expire from fear, then I'll see you in September, bye. But no. You're going to have more than enough to share if you are willing to venture out of your comfort zone. You're a fixed sign, you can be a little stubborn and dig your heels in, but now is the time to invoke that other part of your personality, that holy fool, the child in you that is like, I'll try it. Yeah, I can do it. Hell yeah, I can do it. No, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll figure it out. Like, invoke that. Leo, you are so fucking powerful and so strong and so lovely, okay? Love that about you, and we need that. We need more of that in the world, so help lead by example, fearless leader, okay? Okay. All right. So now let's look at your fiercely focused spread. So for those of you, maybe Leo, if you haven't been here before, this is just a quick 5-card spread to cap off your reading. Wow. Wow. Okay, so they're ready. Okay, wow. Ow. All right, so they threw out 2. We're going to take them. There are no mistakes. You can't choose the wrong cards. Pretty good stuff, Leo. Spirit is promising you that if you take the first step, aces, right? And aces in tarot are associated with, whoop, spatially challenged, associated with the magician who just happens to have all of the aces laid out before him on the table. The inception, the beginning, the inspiration, the catalyst. Number 1 in the tarot, number 22, the final card. Apprentice to master. Magician, you gonna take over the world, huh? He's even got a magic wand, King of Wands, right there in his hand. Goodness. Goodness, you're powerful this month, Leo. And I feel like take it all the way. That's the phrase that they're giving me, is like, take it all the way. You've got this idea. And this just goes to show to me that, like what they said about, if you create the environment where this thing can thrive, it's gonna thrive. Woof. Go on, Magician. And look, you're even featured here, Leo. The 4 fixed signs anchor this card. And there you are in the corner, little lion. Wow. Kinda can't get over it. 1 all the way to 22. Okay, so some of you are even like having that moment by the end of the month where you do conquer and you do get like the feedback, like the tangible evidence that like you fucking did it. Whether it's like you aced that exam, or you got the part, or we're gonna publish your book, or whatever. You're gonna get some kind of feedback that says your brilliant idea that you've worked really hard on is excellent. Okay? Okay. All right. Now let's look at your money. Resources, jobs, business. Is there a person, a situation, a challenge that you want to present to a spirit? Okay. So for you, Leo, again, money looking very good. This is the only card in the deck for like the single, self-sufficient, self-employed person who is like, let me just sit back and enjoy the fruits of my labor. This is also known as the happy and single card a lot of times. So for some of you, if it's like you're coming out of that relationship, if the 8 of Cups, if your 8 of Cups happens to be like, I'm leaving this stagnant relationship situation, you're going to be doing really well. You're going to be feeling good. You're going to be feeling like you made the right decision. But regardless of what it is that each and every one of you is walking away from, you will feel very satisfied with the progress that you've made. And some of you might be debuting a project, or again, like the thing that you're doing that you're going to get the feedback on. This is just doubling down on like you are going to feel so good. Like, wow, look what I did. That's this card. Like, wow, look what I've done. Look what I made. I'm awesome. All that hard work, so worth it. Let me just sit back and enjoy. Good, good stuff, Leo. Okay. So now let's look at your mind. Let's look at the mental realm, words, messages, thoughts, or are there people? Is there somebody or something that you want to highlight for Leo in August, Spirit? When it comes to the mental realm, what do they need to know for their highest good, Spirit? Leo, this month, August. Leo, 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 what do they need to know? Understandable. Whenever we're making a big move, it's understandable to feel anxious. Leo, this is sleepless nights. This is like sitting and obsessing about something that you're worried and afraid about. And Spirit even just gave me this, oddly enough, the word procrastination. So it's going to be really important for you this month, Leo, to make sure that you're doing things to ensure on a super mundane level that you're getting enough sleep, that you're getting quality sleep. So maybe like not, you know, maybe you need to stop eating an hour before bed or whatever because like you've been having tummy troubles. And that's honestly, that's like the feeling that they were giving me. For others of you, it might just be like, okay, again, an hour before bed, it's like, let me turn off all of these screens and let me put my phone on airplane mode. I don't need to be checking my work email 1 minute before I'm trying to pass out, okay? Not doing any good for anybody, Leo. You need to clear your mind a little bit. The 9 of Pentacles and then the 9 of Swords. The 9s are about being very, very, very close to something, okay? And the 10 of Pentacles you had in your first reading, so hey, edging closer and closer to wealth that is even beyond, I've got enough for me, that is in the 9 of Pentacles, but then I've got enough for like my loved ones, my family, and everybody. You're moving in that direction. Now the 9 of Swords is obsessing and worrying and being anxious to a very detrimental level. There's a healthy amount of like worry, you know, and stress even that is like a healthy amount that keeps us on target and keeps us focused. Don't get mired in obsessive thoughts. Talk to somebody, okay? And I don't mean like you could talk to a counselor, that would be fantastic. You could talk to a friend, you could talk to a family member, you could talk to a tarot reader, talk to anybody who is not gonna who is going to understand what you're going through. I don't mean that they are in the same situation even. I mean that they can be compassionate. I mean that they can hear you out and let you feel your feelings and let you have these thoughts without chastising you or dismissing you, but actually like hear you out and help you. Spirit is saying, even as you say the problems or the issues out loud, it's going to be easier to like pull the knot apart and loosen these things up so you don't feel tied up and tight and worried and anxious, okay? Talk to someone. That is especially lined up with that Ace of Swords saying that if you get clear with yourself and clear with other people, you will have that successful future. Talk to somebody, okay? Okay. All right. So now let's look at your heart. Relationships, love of all kinds. Spirit might want to highlight friendship. You might want to highlight romance. They might want to highlight family or a particular person that you have strong feelings for. So what is it, Spirit, that Leo needs to know in August for their highest good when it comes to how they are feeling and relating to others? What is it that they need to know? Leo in August. Leo, Leo, Leo. Okay. Understandable. Very related to the Four of Pentacles of like, meh. Like, and look, the Four of Cups is actually like, it's a good card. It just comes with a warning. It's a good card in that, look at that, you're gonna receive this like, oh, like from the clouds, here's that thing you wanted, but it may come in a different package than what you had originally conceived of, or you may be so busy looking at like what's not working in your life that you are not open to the beautiful things that are going to be introduced to you. Okay, so there's a gift coming this month, there's an opportunity coming this month, and you don't want to be so much like these guys with your hands and your eyes clasped closed that you miss it. Be open. Fours are tight. You want to be open. It's not like you have to be this crazy, overly optimistic, whatever, and make up that everything's amazing. How about just like kind of an open and kind curiosity about like, anything could happen, you know? Okay. If I try and if I work hard, you don't pull the magician in the world for nothing. You don't come up as the King of Wands in your reading for nothing. You're moving onward and upward. There is a new understanding coming. There is an opportunity for you to share your message and your passion with the rest of the world. It's a-coming. It's coming soon. Month? 6 weeks? Really? All right. All right. Now finally, let's see what's going on in your element, Leo. What is firing you up? Is it a challenge? Woof. They threw that right up to the top of the deck. Ah, I'm about to throw it on the floor. Okay. New adventure. Something is beckoning you. You've already come a long way, Leo, and this is not the first step on the path. This is you sitting at the edge of the path, deciding if you'd like to walk down it or not. You're holding your personal world in your hands. Like, okay, so this is everything I know and everything I've achieved so far. But I don't know. I know I've got this little world in my hands, but it just feels like there might be something bigger, better, maybe the whole world out there for me. Do you want the world, Leo? If you want the world, you can go out and get it. But it does require going out of your comfort zone to go get it. Beautiful. Love it. Magical ass reading, Leo, for a magical ass person. So don't forget that you're the fucking magician and that you can conjure the life that you want, okay? You've got to give air and time and love to those ideas and those gifts that you have so that they can support you and carry you to the top of the world. Love it. Love it. The choice is going to be yours. The opportunity will present itself, okay? I'm excited for you. Please let me know if you feel like it, how that plays out for you. Let me know in the comments, or you can find me on social or even book a personal reading. All my info is in that handy description box below. Thanks for being here, Leo. I really hope this is helpful for you, and if I don't see you in another video this month, then I hope I see you in September. Bye, Leo.